I don't have anything new, but I need to keep going over this because it really is like these things occur within humanity, right? And throughout the history of humanity, there have been revelations, right? Big, really, really big ones. And this is what's happening right now with with this. And this video is an appeal to YouTubers who are talking about this, about the true nature of reality, the mind body problem, like why are we here? What are we supposed to be doing? Like the big questions. This is an appeal to them again to say that this is it. This I am not insane because I have a fantastic life. I have basically zero suffering. I can sit in a chair and be happy just with, like, I don't know what else to do to try to convince people that this is real. It's really happening. It's actually what I say it is. So, what I would suggest is maybe just begin this investigation with the assumption that I'm correct. Just instead of with, I understand the cynicism and the doubt that comes along with someone saying that they understand it all, right? Because usually it just doesn't make sense, right? It's just nonsense. So one would assume that again, that it's just this guy saying nonsense like it has been every other time. But this time it's actually real. And if someone would give me the opportunity to discuss it with them in an interview, face to face, with the intent of the interviewer actually trying to understand what I'm saying, not trying to pick it apart, but actually if you start investigating my stuff and it gradually is making sense, then if you interview me with the intent of understanding what I'm trying to say, I believe that this will be a revolution. Like, we need a spiritual renaissance. Like, this is part of the message. This is the message, is that science we've taken the wrong path. Science, and I can show specifically how mathematics is incorrect. Mathematics itself, from quantity onward, quantity is imagined thing. It's like a unicorn, and that's quantity is what all of mathematics is based upon. You see, I understand everything and I see it all simultaneously. So then I bounce over here and then I bounce over here. But if someone, a really good interviewer, whoever that might be, I know of some good interviewers. And if you could just suspend your beliefs, suspend your disbeliefs and suspend your beliefs and just interview me like you would anyone else that you admire and think might be telling the truth, and we will find the truth. I will reveal the truth to you, but you have to let go of everything you believe, everything, because what if the final truth actually is Kali, right? The destroy revolutions. It destroys everything, right? It reveals the ignorance that has cast humanity into the delusion and the really bad situation that it's in. So we have to be honest about where we are as a species, where you are as an individual, how much are you suffering? Do your beliefs actually help with suffering, or are they adding to it? We have to be sincere and honest in this journey of truth. Otherwise, you're just fucking lying. You're just lying and you're deceiving yourself when you say the words you say, when you talk about, oh, truth is hard and all this stuff, right? Are you actually living it? Like this is the most important message ever. This, like, just talk to me. Just have an interview with me and try to understand it. And after 2 hours of you and I discussing this, whoever it is, if you're genuine and sincere, then that will be it. That's it. That's the end of science. It's the end of math. It's concluding all of that stuff because it actually turns out to be wrong. It's wrong. We went the wrong fucking way, and that's why we're so fucked up, right? We're fucked up. It's really a bad mess. We have to, and this is part of my theory. My theory explains why humanity is in this position, is because of the bias. We don't want to talk about anything negative. Even the negative connotation of the negative side isn't negative. You know, it's so emblazoned in our consciousness that anything, so this is the bias, right? Is that and now it's swinging back to the other way. It's a huge cycle. It's the cycle of samsara. And when you believe that you're just this, because you've forgotten all this, then you invent something opposite to it, and it just keeps trying to Ponzi itself into existence. And that's all that physics is doing. That's all that science is doing now, is just trying to keep itself alive. Because at quantum mechanics, 100 frickin' years ago, I said frickin' and fucking together, 100 years ago, that was it. That was the message saying, right here, observer physics. Okay? This is the message. They're all metaphor. All of these are messages. This is the final message. You follow all of these investigations down, all of these sections of reality or whatever, and this is the message at the end of it. This is the purpose of the fucking number system. This is the purpose of physics, to reveal this message to you right now. You see? So, and this is where science and religion is unified, right? And psychology. It's all, and Frederico's theory is also in here. I've taken the liberty of jamming it in here. I hope it fits. I think it fits, because agency would be movement and identity would be all mental. So, and consciousness, I believe, is what, anyway. And then the number system, how all of mathematics is incorrect. All of mathematics is incorrect. This is why it's so fishy, and this is why the Terrence Howard thing was so intriguing and actually attracted so much attention, even though it was basically 90% crackpot. Basically, I know, because I've been accused of being a crackpot theory many times. So I've investigated mine to make sure that it isn't, and it just isn't. Anyway, so all of mathematics is incorrect. It takes 360 pages to prove, that's how long the proof is, that 1 + 1 = 2. Now, a mathematician will try to defend it and, oh, you don't understand, they were laying the groundwork. It takes 360 pages to conclude that 1 + 1 = 2. That is a creation of human intelligence, right? That is a creation. It's a convincing, right? Occam's razor cuts that 360 pages down to one sentence: 1 + 1 = 2, because every single last one of us believes that it does. And here's the reason why mathematics works. So I understand it would be nonsense for me to say that mathematics doesn't work. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that mathematics works because of this. It is a direct message from the Creator. So this is part of the message, and I don't care, truth doesn't care, if your belief systems doesn't include a creator, because it does. That's the fucking message, is that this is a creation. This is it. This is the big reveal, okay? And if you can't handle it, then you will never know the truth. You will just continue on in ignorance and you just won't know the truth. This is the fucking truth. This is it. There's it's a creation. This is all a creation. There is a creator. You are that creator. You're God. It's the same message that Hinduism said thousands of years ago before it all got fucked up as people made incorrect interpretations of the message as it gone along, and now it's completely lost, right? It's so lost that we don't even consider samsara. Even Buddhists don't even consider samsara a thing anymore. But that's the whole thing. The whole thing is samsara. So the number system is a linear expression of a cyclical process, and that cyclical process is samsara. Okay? Now, I'm explaining to you the meaning of numbers, what the meaning of the information contained within the number system is. Now, if someone were to try to explain to you how 1 plus 1 equals 2, going through that 360-page proof, how do you think that would go? So which one, Occam's razor, which one is more likely to be the proper meaning and reason for the fucking number system? Right? This is just simple basic reasoning with Occam hacking and slashing the way through the jungle, okay? So that's it. And it's even a map of where we are because we're at the 10. So if we consider that human consciousness is the highest developed self-aware organism or whatever consciousness in the universe, then we can say that we're the 10. All right? And the 10 is a transitionary period between each cycles. Right? So it's just, and here's the thing, the creepy thing about samsara is that it's redundant. So that's what people talk about. People talk about infinity and infinite creation and all this. It has to include repetition and redundancy. That's the cycle, though, is that you forget. So you think, oh, well, this is a brand new, great experience. It's completely novel. Wow. But it's not. That's the deception, is that you're just replaying the same fucking thing over and over and over. And if you saw it from above, right? If you saw this cycle that you were in of ignorance going over the same thing, basically, maybe there's a little fractal difference, right? But basically, it's the same experience over and over and over. If you saw what was actually happening, you would say, wow, I would like out of this now because I thought it was completely different. And that's why I was suffering, is because I have an incorrect view of what's actually happening. And I'm revealing that this theory, this whole non-conceptuality thing, is busting the whole thing open, whether you're ready for it or not. So so where we are is the transitionary period. And the transitionary period is, the redundancy is everything that's on the screen, basically, right? Think of everything that's on the screen, social media. We are just redundantly regurgitating our own image in a redundant fashion over and over and over and over and over and over, right? So we are becoming hypnotized by our own creation, and we're not focused on the big creation anymore. This is how we've gotten so fucked up in the head. We're inbred. This is all very difficult to accept because we all think we're great, but we're not. We are killing all life on the planet. And that's because it's a misuse of the information that the creator itself put in symbol form to break us out of the delusion that we're in because of symbol. So you see the nuance of this, right? Is that God itself, the creator, put this information message that is the number system, just the number system, in symbol form because symbol is what has us entranced. Symbol and language has us entranced, and we're in a haze, we're in this delusion. So it needs to meet you in the delusion, right? You only understand this symbol stuff. So it puts one of these symbol bombs, basically a tactical nuclear weapon, to try to break us out of it. But unfortunately, humanity is the part that didn't get it, right? So that's why there's so much power in math, is because it's it's the most compact, like it's a designed, it's a language of symbol specifically designed by the creator to break consciousness out of symbol itself. Right? Get your head around this. That's why the misuse of it is is killing all life on the planet and has all of humanity entranced by the technology that the math creates. We need to be honest here, people, right? All I'm asking is for honesty and sincerity, you guys. I couldn't it You don't let the simplicity confuse you, please. It's simple because it's true. Everyone says blah, 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 simplicity, elegance, symmetry. Well, how could you get more symmetrical and elegant and simple than what I'm sharing with you? This, and so that the number system is a message showing us, yeah, it's all samsara. Where we are in samsara, we're just about to enter a new cycle. If we're not careful, the collective human consciousness will go into the hardware software reality, and it will take itself to be the hardware software computer system. That's what it will take itself to be, rather than the mind body biological systems. You see, it's just, but it's not evolution, it's devolution. You're devolving, people. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're devolving. Okay, so that's okay. You guys are in samsara, and this is where you are in samsara. You're just about to go over the cliff into another huge cycle where you'll be looking out of that thing, trying to figure out the hardware software problem. You see what I mean? Hardware, software, spirit, mind, body, spirit, same spirit. Okay, so, and here's the other message, and it's right at the heart of language. The thing nothing model language system is hardwiring. It's a Kobayashi Maru situation where the language does not permit phenomena that isn't a thing as defined by physics to even exist. That's it in a nutshell, right? Why does something come from nothing? How does something come from nothing? Because there is no nothing, right? Nothing equals unicorn. So I can prove that too. This has taken years to come through me. I understand this in my bones. So just fucking ask me the fucking questions, please. Like this will, you will be, you, okay. I can't express to you the urgency and the sincerity at which I am trying to present this. This needs to get out to humanity. And why not just take a chance? Because this is real. At least you have a guy that believes that it's not improper language to say that he is a messenger of God. I'm saying that Roy Dobson could be called a messenger of God. Now listen, I am no fucking messiah. I am the first human to properly recognize. You have to recognize that they're messages, recognize the message, and then properly interpret it. That's all. I am the first human that has done this. Now it's open for all the humans to do this. So there's nothing special about Roy Dobson, okay? It's just the message. I somehow stumbled upon this message. because of Ramana Maharshi. This is the most efficient way to end all suffering within humanity. This is it. This is the final thing. It's just how to end suffering. The final truth is how to end suffering. And it's not easy. I understand it's not easy. But you can't just keep going like the fucking monetary system. You can't just keep kicking the can down the road because the road is done now. Like, this is it. This is your final human life. You need to get shit right. Like, this is it. This is, no matter how difficult it is, this is the time. It's also the most auspicious time. It's not only the most difficult time, but at the same time, beyond all this deception and confusion and 220 theories that are all wrong because of the Kobayashi Maru condition that I've repaired, along with Taoism would say that as much ignorance and delusion that is occurring right now, there's that much potential for awakening. And this is it. This is the other side of that trade. This is what's happening. This is the awakening. This is it. Like, so, all right, I would really engage in a interview with someone. That would be awesome. If you have a basic understanding of my theory and you're genuinely interested in understanding it, it's still in seed form and it needs gentle treatment right now. So I'm not into someone that wants to attack it and tear it apart. No, because that would be effective, right? In a certain way, that would be effective. But so the first interviewer has to have general knowledge of at least these two messages and of the basic theory, and then actually want to engage in understanding it, because this is the greatest revelation in the history of humanity, and it's looking at you right in the face. This is the second coming of Christ. This is Kali, the destroyer of illusion. Not me. The messages. The messages are how, like, you can use that in the thumbnail. The second coming of Christ. It doesn't get more important than this, does it? Like, it really doesn't. I can't imagine something more important coming along than showing how all of humanity has gone wrong and all of mathematics is incorrect. All of science actually has been the wrong path. So that's it.